Shots on the wall, coffee gone cold, finger on the trigger, heart runs bold. Tick tock tick, red turns green. Is this that flip or the start of a scene? Every candle feels like a question, every heartbeat bets on direction. I'm caught in the curve of the line, right on the edge of the sign. Oh, turn or trend, they both bend, right in that swing to the very last, stand up and down. Again, again, are we in a storm or a perfect friend? Turn or trend, they both bend. I can feel it in the air like wind blow right through. Break then blend, I just wanna dance it out. Turn or trend, screen glow bright, midnight dance. One more move, one more chance. Stop lost tight, but my hope runs wide. Do I bail right now or let this ride? Every signal talks like it knows me, every move could crown me or ghost me. I'm tracing the arc in my mind, chasing the shape I can't find. Hey, turn or trend, they both bend, right in that swing till the very last, stand up and down. Again, again, are we in a storm or a perfect friend? Turn or trend, they both bend. I can feel it in the air like wind blow right through. Break then blend, I just wanna dance it out. Turn or trend, spin that doubt, round and round. Hear that hush in the crowd. Is it just a twist or the start of a run? I'm lost in the gust, but it feels like fun. Oh yeah. Turn or trend, they both bend, right in that swing till the very last, stand up and down. Again, again, are we in a storm or a perfect friend? Turn or trend, they both bend. I can feel it in the air like wind blow right through. Break then blend, I just wanna dance it out. Turn or trend. Oh. Yo. Dots on the screen like disco lights, flicker and shine in the heat of the night. I got the moves, I got the groove. Trade the dots and watch me improve. Yeah. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, yeah, trade the dots. Spin that chart like a DJ wheel, up and down, it's a funky deal. Risk is a dance, it's a balancing act, but I'm moonwalking on this market track. Yeah. Fingers snapping, numbers tapping, groove keep flowing, never napping. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. the king of the trading scene. Disco lights flicker and shine in the heat of the night. Oh. I got the moves, I got the groove. Trade the dots and watch me improve. Yeah. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots. Trade the dots. Spin that chart like a DJ wheel. Up and down, it's a funky deal. Risk is a dance, it's a balancing act, but I'm moonwalking on this market track. Yeah. Fingers snapping, numbers tapping, groove keeps flowing, never napping. Trade the dots. Hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, trade the dots. Cashing in, cashing out, shake it, scream and shout. Pockets fat, but I'm staying lean. I'm the king of the trading scene. Disco lights flicker and shine in the heat of the night. Oh. I got the moves, I got the groove. Trade the dots and watch me improve. Yeah. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots. Trade the dots. Spin that chart like a DJ wheel. Up and down, it's a funky deal. Risk is a dance, it's a balancing act, but I'm moonwalking on this market track. Yeah. Fingers snapping, numbers tapping, groove keeps flowing, never napping. Trade the dots. Hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, trade the dots. Cashing in, cashing out, shake it, scream and shout. Pockets fat, but I'm staying lean. I'm the king of the trading scene.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Sound check, mic check, vibe check, all sorts of checks. Say hello to me. Let me know how everything is going. If you guys seeing the screen well, let me just see it myself. Yeah, looks like we're looking good. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. lots of stuff to show you today. Lots of cool stuff. I'm going to go long here. I'm going to see if I can go long here. And we'll put the, where's my stops and losses? Oh, over here. Put a stop loss underneath here. Put a TP over here. I'm just having a little bit of fun with gold with our friends from Lucid, trading the Trade C platform. Very, very simple to trade, as you can see here. Here, let me just take this off. I'm just going to take quick scalps here. Quick scalp off the bounce here using our point of control reverse. It's very simple. So the good part is it's very simple. The bad part is it's simplistic. What I mean by that is that the Trade C platform, you guys that I'm looking on the left here, super easy to trade, has a mobile component that works exactly the same way, instant stops and targets attached to any trade you have, so you can literally just drag and drag your stops. I think much better, obviously, for more positional day traders, because if you're sort of looking for longer big legs to collect, you can drag your stops, manage your stops, do all that kind of stuff. For scalping, what kind of stuff do we do? It's fine as long as I have our indicator to the right of it that gives me the actual signals. It's impossible to port our proprietary indicator onto this trading platform, because this is just a bare bones stripped down version of TradingView. It's basically built-in TradingView on Trade C, not the kind that allows you to port the indicators. They say the ability to port indicators will be coming, but I think it's going to take a little while because it's pretty complex. What TradingView does is it sort of allows you to white label its own platform, but the complexity of all shapes, forms, sizes, logic, everything else that you have within TradingView to be able to create really, really sophisticated indicators, they obviously guard from their white label clients. So I'm not going to hold my breath, but it's not impossible to trade as long as you have the what do you call it? Signal on the other side. I actually just missed this little cell over here, and you can see it's actually pretty cool. It drills down. You see it showing we're hitting session lows. Gold is just getting hammered. Why is gold getting hammered today? What's going on in the world is it's really, really interesting. Geopolitical risk has really, really tampered. I mean, as usual, conventional wisdom 1,000,000% wrong, right? And markets seem to really. It's amazing how markets have completely shaken off the Iranian conflict without any concern. And I guess maybe ultimately the view here is that a defangled Iran is going to be a very, very good thing for global economy, because all of that oil and all that production is going to be a lot more efficient and a lot more flowing, and generally very positive for everybody. We'll see. I'm not going to play geopolitics this morning, but I am going to just basically follow price, which is clearly showing very, very positive risk with everything, with gold just collapsing. I mean, just making fresh lows. I made a whole bunch of adjustments to our dots only indicator, which I have not published yet, because there's just a few things that really need to be cleaned up. I don't want to just keep, I mean, I always use you guys as guinea pigs, but I really don't want to use you as guinea pigs in half-baked ideas. But you can watch my version of it, and I think it's very interesting in terms of some of the things that I've done to really improve the quality of signals. And it's basically recycling a lot of the assets we already have in the indicator in very novel ways. So, for example, just watching this, trying to make, I know we're making fresh lows, and the right thing to do is to probably short this thing. I guess I'm going to short it. I really don't care, because this is gold. I really don't care. I could care less about this account, so I should really follow my best instinct. Because my temptation is to try to buy the revert, to try to buy the bounce, which I did. But I think buying the bounce here is a sucker bet. It looks like it really, really wants to go down. We just have to wait for the candle to close before I chase it down. So the most important thing that I did was I created this filter that says don't show any dots if the range is X narrow. And I think that was actually a very smart thing to do. Hang on a second. Let me just take this sell here. All right, we'll take the sell. We'll put the stop above here. We'll put the take profit. You see, it's sort of very, very simplistic. You kind of just manage your stops, manage your take profits. The only problem is gold is just such a massive mover that this is even a micro contract is, every trade is like a $50 trade. It's really, really just big risks here all the way down. Let's see if it's going to make any fresh new moves. And we'll go this way. Let's see if I can just maybe collect this thing. I want to stay probably above this one, and if it comes back up, we'll play around with it. All right, I'm just going to leave it alone because, as I said, I really don't care about this. This is kind of just my fun account, just to test out the platform. Oh, there we go. Got done. Nice. Okay, good. So, see, my instinct to actually do the opposite of what I want to do. Is the PPI going to get extreme move? Thinking in terms of using, yes, we might. We're going to talk a little bit about straddle in just a minute. I just wanted to kind of prep everybody to the new indicator, to the new version of the indicator. The most important part of some thought patterns I had that created, I think it's going to create a lot better functionality for creating good dots. The first and most important thing is, if the range is narrow, and I define range narrow as, like, let's say $8 in gold and 30 points in NASDAQ during Asia, 40 points NASDAQ during North America over the past 30 periods. So if in the last 30 minutes NASDAQ hasn't had a higher range than 40 points from high to low, it doesn't matter what you do. It's a waste of your time. No dots will show up. So already a really, really good way to stop you from doing stupid trades. Just no dots will show up, right? So that's like the first kill filter. And then the second kill filter that I put in there is our price progression delta, which is right here. This is a newer version that I actually worked out with Claude today. Claude actually complimented me today, saying that I made the absolute best possible price progression mechanism. That using angular stuff, using ATRs, using DERs was not nearly as good as the efficiency that I created with my own little. And so I was very, very proud to get complimented by AI today. But what we did is we kind of decomposed the price progression delta into a very, very interesting idea, because you may have already seen this. If price is moving in one direction, is just simply trending down, this thing is going to give you super clean trending signals. It's going to just tell you, yes, you're 5 basis points, 6 basis points, 7 basis points. Like right now, gold is really, really moving. So super green, giving you lots of basis points. But imagine a situation where you go 10 period look back. First 5 periods, it goes down. And then the next 5 periods, it goes up. So it's basically a V-shaped form, right? V-shaped form. The net position is flat. So what it's going to tell you is, like, there's been no movement, there is no signal. And that is a false reading. A V is a very, very tradable move. But what happens is the second half of the look back period erases all the moves of the first look back period. So what we did is we divided the look back period into first half, second half. And now we just simply watch the second half as a signal of the strength of the momentum, because it's really the second half that truly, truly matters in terms of getting us the whole idea. And then it shows you the whole point. By the way, look how it's just simply collapsing here. I really, really want to. We're testing the 49, and then when we come back up, I absolutely want to trade this point of control reversal trade here with you guys just a little bit. But before we do all that, let's do this. Apex is 85% off. It's dirt cheap. I don't know how volatile PPI will be, but let's do this. I'm going to do 225s just for fun. Let's go to Apex, and we're going to do NASDAQ against S&P, because we cannot do the exact same account, because obviously that's not they look against that. You can only do that on Tradingview, by the way. I don't think you can. No, I guess in the wealth charts you can do the same thing. You can do Nasdaq against S&P on wealth charts. Should we do wealth charts? Maybe we'll do wealth charts. Why not? We haven't done wealth charts in a long time. Let me. Wealth charts will also set us up much faster. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my authenticator on. Okay, 597051. So we're gonna trade S&P against 597051. Okay, so let's log in. We're gonna get 2 wealth charts accounts, 25s trails, because we don't care. We want the cheapest ones, because by the way, have they rolled? I don't want to do wealth charts if they haven't rolled. Do you guys know? Anybody know if we rolled? All right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to do one wealth chart. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do one wealth charts. We'll do the Solomonic compromise and cut the baby in half. Okay, so I'm going to buy wealth charts. Let me take this off screen here so you guys don't see it. All right, and now let's buy. I'm going to buy 1 wealth charts, 1 Tradingview. This way we will. There's Tradingview intraday trail. Make sure you use the code BKSAVE. Obviously, that's your biggest. Otherwise, you don't get the discount. Okay. And we will set ourselves up in just 1 second. So we're going to go. All right, beautiful. That's all got set up. Make sure you guys all have the accounts, right? And we'll kill this. I think this is going to set us up very, very quickly on wealth charts. As I get a big decline here, man. Big drop. Okay, so I have this one. What do I have here? Well, I have a $50,000. I actually have a $50,000 wealth charts account that we could use. If you want to use that, we could do that. Let me share with you what we would do. So we're gonna trade. If we trade $50,000 account, it's going to be 4 units. Let's do this one. We'll just do this one. It's going to be 4 units of Nasdaq, the big Nasdaq. It's going to be NQ. June. Why is they still not showing June? What's going on with them? Are they still trading? Are they still trading March? Why do I see March? Where's the NQ? What if we do continuous? Is that going to work? No. The selected broker does not support. Oh man, what is going on with them? NQ June. Oh, here it is. NQM. Okay, good. All right, we got the Junes. Okay, we're going to do four Junes. Okay, in here. Total profit 156 ticks on this account. Sorry, 156 ticks. That's what we need. Oh, they just created the new 25,000. That's fine. 156 ticks, no stops, right? Just hard up profit or no go. We're gonna use this one as a seller, and then we're gonna go to Tradingview. Let me just log out of Tradingview. Log in. Here's the new one. And I guess we'll do the let me see how ES is doing. Okay, here's ES. This is the 96. We'll do the ES contract, ESM. This is the June contract. On ES, I think we did, what do we do, if you guys remember? God, now I'm trying to remember the spreads. We need to make, for the 25,000 account, this one, 96, we need to make $1,500, which is divided by 50, 30 points total, divided by 4. We're using 4 contracts. 7.5, correct. So we're going to use 4 contracts. 4 contracts. We'll buy the ES, sell NASDAQ. We're gonna buy 4 contracts on the 25,000 with the following structure. It's 7.5 points each. So times 4, 30, 32 ticks. So we're gonna do 32 no stop, right? We're gonna call this okay, and it's going to be just take profit only, 32 ticks. Save on the big contract. So we're going to go long S&P, short NASDAQ on this trade. NASDAQ will be the 50,000 account. S&P will be the. Oh, you know what? Should we just balance this out? I think they created the NASDAQ for me. He did create the 25,000 for me. Maybe what we do is we'll just go 2. We'll go 2 on the 25,000 because I think at 156 on 2, right? So we need 1,500. It's 33. Wait, hold on. 1,500 divided by $40, 37.5 points, which is times 450. Correct, 156. So where are we at? We're here, 156. We can actually make it 155. Close. Okay. Well, we're doing 2 things that I think are completely kosher. We're straddling 2 different instruments. We're not doing the same instrument. So there's inherent risk in that. We're going to go long S&P, short NASDAQ. And we're only doing this on the pre-funded accounts. They don't let you do this on funded accounts like that. And I'm not using the same instrument. So there's really, I mean, if we, if we could actually even, we could have, if we used gold, there would be literally no conflict at all. You could do that probably on funded accounts if you wanted to, but it wouldn't matter because on the funded accounts you would completely exceed the consistency rule. So there's no reason to do it on funded accounts. No, this is just simply our basic approach to trying to take the PPI move. I have no idea if PPI is going to be movable today, guys. Obviously, today is FOMC day. We're going to do a double header. We're going to trade FOMC later. But I think this is actually going to be a lot of price action that we can take advantage of post PPI. So whatever happens on the straddle, we're going to be able to do a lot of good trades. Let's just take a look at where the expectations are, because they're really high. Market is looking for 5. See, market is already looking for a very neg number. It's looking for 5 up. Core is 0.8. Year on year is 3.6 over 3.7. Ex food and energy 3.4. Remember, all of this is also sort of how much of the conflict over the last 3 weeks has seeped into this number? Probably not much, but so the market may discount some. But I think the view here is kind of bearish, and we'll see if and maybe there's a lot of pre-positioning on the bearish side where everybody's sold in front of the PPI, looking for a very sharp print. So as I said, we could be in for a quick dump. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm changing my mind. I'm correct. I'm going to be short NASDAQ. NASDAQ is the most sensitive. If we are super bearish, NASDAQ will dump and will give us the chance for funding. So we're going to go NASDAQ bearish, S&P bullish, just in case there's a surprise. There's no stops. We're blowing one account to win the other account. It's do or die situation, where on the again, let me just put the numbers on here. On NQ, this is all for 25K accounts. Okay, on NQ, it's 256 ticks, no stop. This is for 25K, and on ES, it's 4. On the ES, it's 4. Sorry, 4 with 32 no stop. 32 no stop. 32 ticks, no stop. So it's got to just hit. We're looking for it to hit target or blow up. We need to get made. So we're going to go. My preference is long ES, short NQ. That's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to go trade wealth charts on NQ and ES on Tradingview. I'm trading 25s. If you're trading 50s, double the sizes. So you would go, if you're trading the 50s, you would go 4 NQs, 8 ESs. I would just double the sizes for the 50s. Okay. We have 2 minutes to event. About 20 seconds before the event, I'm going to take positions. Hopefully that will execute me, before any kind of wild movement. And then we're going to have a lot of fun because we're going to really trade the trade the new indicator with all the bells and whistles that I've put into it that are very, very cool. You guys are really going to like it. And then we're going to trade FOMC today at 2 o'clock, and that should be very interesting too. Good morning, everybody. Who's straddling with us? Give me a +1 if you're going to straddle. I don't expect any outcome. I think it might be negative, but we are agnostic. We're taking a straddle, which means we're going to go long S&P, short NASDAQ, because we're obviously a little bit bearish, conventionally bearish. So maybe my convention is going to blow up. NASDAQ is obviously the more sensitive one. And hopefully you'll react. And you could blow up both accounts just as easily. This is not the kind of a event that guarantees pure volatility, but it's there, so we'll see. It's worth a shot. It's basically, that's what it is. It's worth a shot. We got 1 minute to go. Markets are relatively quiet, so I guess I could initiate the position. So I said we're going to go long ES. I'm going to initiate the ES position at 96. This is my account. All right, I'm in the ES, and then I'm going to initiate the position in NASDAQ. Make sure I'm on the right thing. Yes, sell 2, and I'm short NASDAQ. All right, let's see how it plays out. We got, I'm a little bit early, but what the hell? 30 seconds left before we hit the party here. 15 seconds. Let's see if we get any kind of reaction to the PPI. So we're getting, it's really not a lot of movement here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Oh, so close. There we go. Done. We did get done on, as I expected. I thought it was going to be negative. And of course, NASDAQ is the more negative one. So we get done on NASDAQ. We're funded on NASDAQ. Very, very nice. We gave up the S&P, obviously. That crashed. So good job. Who got funded on the NASDAQ? NASDAQ was whichever side, the rule of thumb is whichever side you feel is the real, is the more likely side, that's the one you want to go with NASDAQ, because that's the one that's going to move the hardest, Don't close early. Don't close early, man. There's no reason. You win or die, baby. This is a win or die trade. Jim got done. Nice, nice, nice. Ken got done. Did you get done, Ken? Did you hit the NAS? Who else got done? Talk to me, guys. Talk to me. All right. Yeah. So I had a feeling it was going to be. How ugly is the print? Look at this. Year on year, 3.4 against 2.9, 3.5. Everything higher. Core is actually better. Interesting. Core is better, but year on year is higher. Everything is fucking higher. Yes, it's ugly. And it's not a surprise. Oil is going to be a shock to the system, and it's going to be interesting to see, whether this is going to truly carry into the market. I mean, obviously, it's very negative market on the assumption here that people are going to feel the Fed is just going to have no ability to maneuver loose monetary policy against a higher inflationary pressure from oil prices. So it's not, it's not inconceivable that we could be trading. I'm just sort of, let's go back to, everybody got done. I'm very glad. Good job that we all got funded. Let me delete this. Let me go to, wait, hold on. What did I just do? I want to go to M&Q. Sorry, let me just put my, I want to put my indicator back on. So, okay. Because I want to really explain to you, like, all the cool things that I made in this indicator. We're gonna trade. We're gonna trade NASDAQ pretty much most of the morning. Where's gold? What happened to my gold? Gold is just crashing too. Gold just crashed through the 900. We'll fool around with gold if you want to, in a bit. But honestly, we're gonna trade NASDAQ primarily here because that's really what I want to do with you guys in the morning. Wait, hold on. Why is this? What the fuck is this? Okay, let me reset. I'll do all my settings here. Okay, dot settings. Okay, I'll show you like all the cool stuff that I put in here. I want the POC reversal. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Let me make sure I have the, okay, that's correct. That's correct. Delta is going to be 6, and at 3. Okay. All right, cool. Cool. All right. So sorry, there's just a whole bunch of stuff that I can figure in. Why are you still in? You should have gotten done, babe. You need to if you're in profit, then you should have gotten funded, right? If you close, you need to close the account. The reason, let me explain to everybody why we do this straddle very specific way. You have to have a direct take profit so that the trade closes the instant it hits it. Because in fast moving markets, it will go down and just jump right back up and you haven't earned anything. If you haven't closed your trade, you haven't earned anything. That's why you don't just simply let it, take a trade and watch it. You have to prepare and completely control every variable that you can. That's why we don't have a stop, because we don't want it to come back up and down and stop you out unnecessarily on a floating stop. Okay, it's just do or die, hit the target, get funded. We've done this 1,000 times, and it works very, very well. So that is the method that everybody in the room, when we want to get a quick funded off an event, gets funded. There's a reason why I put out all those rules. I put out the measures. I put out the ticks. I spell everything out for you. You're welcome to ignore all of it, but then don't ask me why am I not getting funded. Okay, this is the formula for getting funded. It's super crystal clear. This is the formula for getting funded only with Apex, and we love them. They're our favorite prop. I mean, we love every prop, but they are my favorite child. I'm going to put the link in here again. They're still running. The sale still goes on till Thursday, so nail some more. We're going to have FOMC today. There may be a couple of more events you could do. There's just no easier way to get funded accounts than doing it this way. Then, of course, it becomes a real march, a real campaign to actually get paid out. That's where the skill comes in, and that's what we're going to be working on today. But as far as getting funded, there's just no cleaner, easier way of doing it than doing it this way. If you want to get funded quickly, if you want to practice on your pre-funded account with all the strategies, that's good. Oh, you were trading gold. That's why. Okay, I understand. Okay. Anyways, let me know if that's clear. Give me who I saw a few people get funded. Anybody else? Give me a thumbs up or a +1 if you got funded. I'd love to know. It's always great to have everybody in the room execute the plan and get it done. All good? Okay. All right. You know what? I'm going to just. Oh, sorry. Now I'm going to get rid of. The most important thing is once you have this done, get rid of the big contract. I'm going to go to my. Where's the 92 count? Wait, what happened here? Where's my 92? Oh, here it is. Sorry. Okay. Ah, shit! I just missed the trade because I wasn't focused. I'm gonna do a few fun things with you today. We're gonna trade session highs, session lows. Maybe do a little bit of ORB when we open up. But most importantly, I'm gonna show you how I rethought the whole dots discipline. Okay, that's fine. Hi, Mark. Good morning. I'm going to show you how I rethought the whole dots discipline, especially now that we have a little bit of time before the market open, and hopefully show you how much better it is in terms of what you can almost this is cheating because obviously this is a strong trend. So literally every single dot is a winner in this particular structure. But I'm going to show you how I think I'm going to eliminate a lot of false positives on the dots. With all of the new filter tools that I've put into the indicator. So I'm going to go through this from the most important to the least important. Happy to review it. You guys are happy to ask me any questions, and we can banter this back and forth. So the first order of business that I did is and by the way, remember we were at 17, just to give you an idea how many rewrites I did overnight. This is 33, right? I'm obviously I'm not going to upgrade to 33, but just telling you that, there was a lot of rewrites. I had to really, we did a lot of work, Claude and I, over volatility stuff. But I think it was really worth it. So the first thing, well, we got funded. Mahmoud, it was trash, but it made money. So no harm, no foul. Okay, first thing in terms of think about what really creates the perfect dots environment. What is dots? Dots is momentum, right? It's just simply points of extreme momentum betting on continuity of momentum. Dots is ultimately a continuity trade, right? In order to have continuity trade, you have to have participation. Because remember, people do something, more people do something, more people do something, more people do something. That's the basic idea of auction theory, continuity, price movement, right? Everything else is just footnotes. Tell me if you agree, and give me a thumbs up on trying to understand what I'm trying to tell you. So dots is continuity. If you are betting on continuity, you absolutely need movement in price, right? So the very, very first thing, the most important filter you want to put on is, oh shit, wait, hold on a second. Let me see something. I'm sorry. I'm yapping and I don't think I have this one. Oh, there we go. Yeah, show range zone. Okay, so this is what I want to do. I want to show this to you. Yes. Okay, so show range zone. We're now going to be essentially in the London, New York market. So 140 points. No, sorry, 40 points. That's 160 ticks. I want the range to be 160 ticks. I want to show the range. Yes, show range label. Okay, cool. Yep. Okay, that's exactly what I want. So here is range right over here, right? It's a 40-point range. Let me sort of walk you back from here. Here, we'll go from like low range to high range. So the first thing I did, let me get this really, really big, so you guys can really see it on the chart. Really see it. You see, so this is a range, 6:30 in the morning, London session, NASDAQ trading, right? And my rule here is I want the absolute high to the absolute low in, sorry, there's one more thing I need to do. Fuck me. This was not a preset. I want the range to be 30 minutes. Last half hour, 30 look back period. There we go. Okay, there we go. This is how we're going to set up range, right? So 30 minutes back, high to low has to be at least 40 points. If it's not 40 points, it's a complete waste of time to try to trade this on a continuity basis, because even if you get a breakout, it just doesn't continue. Remember, our trade is not the breakout trade. Our trade is the bet that the breakout continues. And if it's capped by very, very, very non-moving price action, there's not much to do. Even if I have a 5-point target, which I'm gonna do a little bit of like 5-point scalps with you today, just for shits and giggles. But even if I have a 5-point target, it's just not enough, But certainly if I have a 10-point target, and certainly if I have a 20-point target, or even a 15-point target, I need a minimum of a 40-point range to make any trade that I have probable. Okay, give me a +1 if you agree with me on that. Tell me that I want to see people absorb that point, because it's a really, really important point. That it's not just what the price is doing; it's where you are in the context of price that matters. You have to, just like Kathy says, you have to bet during times when you have the highest probability. So the coolest thing about the newest version of this indicator is that it just doesn't give you any dots at all. So it doesn't tempt you. It doesn't, it doesn't give a shit. Like, there are no signals. You can watch it, you can have fun. There's, there are things you can do we'll talk about what do I do if it's really, really slow markets? Could I trade this, differently? I'll give you some suggestions, but those are ancillary. The bottom line is, as far as just our dots doctrine, not going to give you shit. It's going to show you 0 dots, as you can see here, which is exactly what you want. It's not tempting you with stupid ass trades that are failures, right? Now we keep going, and we're looking for the range to actually get wider. Now it goes green, right? So now we passed our first hurdle. The first hurdle of the range is that it has to be wide enough for us to be able to, to generate a dot, right? So then after that, the next hurdle that we wanted to pass is our price progression delta. What I'm using, and I told you earlier, how I set this up, and guys, don't ask me any questions on product. Product is what you ask the prop company for. I provide trading ideas. Okay, speak to them on any questions on product, or go to their website. That's what they're there for. So the second filter that we want to focus on is price progression delta. What that means is, in the most immediate look back period, are we moving up? Are we moving down? Or are we staying flat? So range now has gotten big, but do we have movement forward or movement backward? And as I said earlier in the session, when you guys some of you guys may have been gone, we actually, like I brainstormed with Claude, and we actually deconstructed the price progression delta, this little indicator here, into 2 components. The first half of the look back period and the second half of the look period, because there's this edge case, as I showed everybody earlier, where price could actually be moving really, really down and then stop, come back, moving really, really up. And at the end, it's flat. It shows you that there is no movement. But that's a false showing. In fact, there's a huge amount of movement, and it's just been reversed. And it's very tradable. V-shaped movement is incredibly tradable, right? So how do we extract the V-shaped information out of price progression delta to be able to see, oh yeah, there's actually really movement? Well, we subdivide the indicator into actually 2 components, the first half and the second half. And as long as the second half, in my settings that I have here personally, it's 6 look back periods, 6 candles back. As long as the second half is 3 basis points or higher, that is movement that I want to be participating in. So it's giving me a green label over here, right? So now that's a second gate that is passing me. Now it goes the other way around, and the second half now is not moving much, and there's no signals. Now the range goes narrow, right? So I have to pass a lot of gates before I start getting signals. But here's a signal, right? Sorry. Here everything starts falling, and look at this signal. The first signal I get over here, super good. Where's my little, here's my indicator. It's hard to see on this chart because it's dark, but you see that? That's the first dot. Here's the first signal. I get the signal, right? And then if you really, really, really want to be like incredibly filtery, there's this final filter here that says, I want the dot to be the first dot in the sequence. Like I don't want any breakdown candles or breakout candles to happen beforehand. I really, really wanted to just jump ahead. That's a very, very strict filter, which I've added in there, but I've now removed because I don't think it's that necessary. The filter goes like this. That's only if prior candle is not a dot. That's only if prior candle is not a dot. That's a filter that I put in there, right? So I've unclicked it, but if you click it, you'll see that it really, really see, it only puts this dot over here as the filter. You miss these early moves here because it's super, super strict, but it still works very, very well, right? Still works very, very well. Now it kind of dies out. Now we go the other way. Now we buy this. So the only thing that annoys me is that this transition here, if you look at it, I'm just still trying to figure out the bug. Look what I want to show you. So we're coming back, right? it's sort of kind of showing you a V-shaped move. I'm going to go candle by candle. Maybe this hasn't caught up yet. Maybe I was wrong. I thought this candle should have turned at 3 BPs. I don't know why it's not calculating on 3 BPs, because this is a big move. 120, 142 should have captured this. But what happens is it doesn't capture it. It updates just to 2 BPs. And yeah, maybe it does. Maybe it just updates to 2 BPs. And then, no, here it is. Oh, it updates to 3 BPs, but then it puts this one up here. That's what it is. So it gives you the false signal here, comes back down. It's obviously not perfect, but it gives you majority of the signals it's going to give you are really, really good. See, it gives you another good signal here, another good signal there, and you just basically kill it. This really, in my opinion, creates truly, truly tradable signals in the best possible shape and form. Obviously, you can't make them perfect, but it's as good as I possibly can get it. And I'm just trying to fine tune the settings so that we can have the best of our abilities. So you have this sort of a three. You're not going to see this. You're not seeing any of this. This is a preview of what's coming. This is what I did overnight. A BP is a basis point. A basis point is 1/100th of 1%, or basically a 10,000ths fraction. So very, very simple to do. NASDAQ is 25,000 points. Okay, so 1 basis point in NASDAQ is 2.5 points, right? I believe so. Am I right? Yeah. Shit. Let me see. 25,000 divided by 10,000. Yeah. 2.5 points is 1 basis point. So what you're looking for is like a 7.5 point move over a 3 look back period to give you confidence that the thing is moving. In your direction. Why that's very, very valuable is because this will work with any instrument because it's a fully normalized indicator. In other words, it's fully proportioned to whatever you trade, whether it be gold, NASDAQ, S&P. It's always going to give you a very accurate reading of movement up and movement down. So you see, for example, here, like we had the first half of the leg was 13 basis points down, really, really strong moves. We had all these, green, red dots that worked very well. And now it's building on the second leg, to be back up. Really, astrologer? I hadn't seen what you said. You had like a long post here that I was in the middle of. Says so. Astrologer is saying he's doing 2 300K accounts at 10 contracts on NQ, up 26.89. Took profit on ES, was down 600, closed. Still to trade FOMC in this account. We'll trade both accounts for FOMC. Wait, are these funded or non-funded? And why are you doing so? I thought they gave up. Then is this legacy accounts? Because they no longer have 300K accounts. Or are these funded accounts that you're just like really slinging like a rock and roller? Anyways, the basis point for S&P would be, fuck me. Okay, S&P is, let's say 7,000, just for argument's sake, right? Times 0.01. So it's 70 points is 1%, and times 0.01 is 0.7 of a point. 0.7 of a point. You just have to multiply it twice out. So 3 basis points would be times 3. Basically, has S&P moved about 2 or 3 points in your direction over that time frame? That might be a little bit tight. But remember, because the price progression delta is now a secondary, not a primary, secondary, not a primary indicator. I don't need it to kind of carry the full load. The range carries the full load of whether I want to trade or not. This just simply gives me the most precise piercing entry points I can off of a dot. It's got to show me. Remember, it's got to move, but if it doesn't have a dot, it doesn't matter. So the final confirmation of my trade is the momentum dot. It's got to close up or close down to truly give me some some movement. Now we're down, right? So we unwound the big rally here. We'll see how the market reacts to everything else. But my favorite reversal trade off the lows is our point of control trade, right? Where we break the high of the most recent sell. What do you call it? Sell button or sell dot. So I'm waiting patiently here. If we close above 929, we'll do a very and the way I do the reversals now is just purely scalps. Like we're going to do a pure 5-point scalp on this move in my 92 account. I'm just going to do a lot of quick trades with you guys today, just to show you how we can make these movements good. Yeah, I'm going to update obviously the dots, the whole dots, guidebook that we have here with all of this stuff. But I obviously I don't want to do it until I finally. Oh, yeah. So Astrologer has a whole bunch of legacy accounts, and he just pays the $17 fee and just rides them to their rides them mercilessly. That's smart. Yeah. Okay, so that hopefully kind of explains to you a little bit of the whole methodology of how to improve the dots, or rather how to improve the dot quality. We're going to have less dots, but hopefully far more accurate dots in the structure. You can, of course, undo all of this. You can just unclick any of those gates and just trade every single dot there is in any way, shape you want. But these are the filters that I think are going to really make a very, very clean, cool trade, for all of us. Still testing session lows here, but at very little momentum. Like one of the things you're seeing here, why am I not getting a dot at session lows? Because the price has just not moved up or down over the last 6 periods. It's been very, very flat, and therefore not really valuable to trade. Like this would have been a dot that instantaneously bounced against you. Now, maybe this still has some continuity, but the point is it's not showing me a dot, even though this is a dot candle, because of this filter. What I try to do is I said to myself when I was looking at all of my kind of trading, we trade best when we have huge ranges and dots are printing and we're making money, and we kill and give everything back during range bound, really, really shitty non-directional moves, because every single dot is a lie. So what I'm trying to do is delete every lie on the chart as much as I can, right? Delete every false signal on the chart as much as I can. Now, a lot of that also means I'll probably delete a lot of truths as well, because you can't delete the lies without deleting some of the truths. But if I can delete more lies than I can delete truths, I'm going to have a much better looking chart. That's basically really the whole story of what I'm trying to do here. Claudio, this has nothing to do, like anybody who doesn't have the latest version, by the way, is not this one. The latest version is 17. The way you would do this is you would delete this. Here, let me show this to you. All right, I'm gonna let me show this to you. I don't want to screw up my own settings. Let's do something like this. Okay, here I'm gonna show you a clean screen. Let me get rid of this. I'm gonna show everybody how do you make sure you have the latest thing here. So we're gonna go here, MNQ, 1 minute chart. Okay, this is a clean chart, right? So you're gonna go to indicators, dots only, right? You're going to add this up here. Now, assume, what the hell is this? Okay, this is the old setting. Okay, now assume you're not getting 17A. You're getting something. You're getting, let's say 60. You should say 17A is the latest version. This is your latest version, right? Right. What you do is if you don't have the latest version, when you come up to dots, you delete this. You delete this. Just delete this. Go back to indicators. Go back to your favorites. Attach dots only, and you should get it. You should get the fresh version. If you still don't have it, then what you do is you log out. You log out of TradingView, log back in, then reattach it, and you will have the latest version. Wow, I did not realize at how crazy the indicator looks. I haven't looked at it under the light, the light setting, because I have it in dark setting. This is just looks wild as hell on the dark setting. So yeah, that's basically it. Okay. I don't know, Claudia, you need to email me with your TradingView ID, and I'll double check as far as that goes. All right, where's my point of control here? My point of control, I can't barely see because the only problem is there's so many labels now. I think it says 9. It's 89 on this. So, we're crushing down. This is actually giving me a sell signal here. Let's do this. We're going to follow this sell signal because it's giving me a fresh sell signal. It's telling me the dot is good. And I'm just going to try and trade this for like a 5-point target because I don't think it's going to give me a lot of continuity. Maybe I'm going to hit the bottom here. We'll see. I'm not. Yeah. Just always a problem trying to. I hate selling bottoms like this into the bottom, but it was a legit sell signal. However, here's the cool part. We're going back up. I'm actually going to buy this right now. We broke that candle. I'm early. I know I'm early. I'm front running this thing, but I really like trading the reversal move here. Let's see if my reversal is going to work. If it holds, I'm going to add to this position and see if I can make some of this back. One second, it holds. I'm going to add to the position. Let's go come back here. Let's see if I can get it done. Come on. Let's go scalp it out. Scalp. Super easy. This is to me is like just bread and butter money. I'm doing it very small size just to kind of show you, but you could absolutely step this up with like, a $30, $50 trade. And it's just, to me, the 5 points on a reversal move, you hit the bottom, you clear you close above the dot on a point of control trade, which was the 85 trade. It's worth probably 30, 40 points. If you have the patience on the reversal trade, you absolutely could make, 20, 30 points. This is my favorite V-shaped move. This is the V. This is the V. And it does that all the freaking time. So, that creates a really, really easy trade. And that trade, by the way, ignores, direction, everything else. That's just simply the point of control trade. It's a completely separate construct that it's really, really good. Okay. So now it looks like we're going to be just very, very chilling. Not much going on here. Now, if you're like a really good swing trader, you could literally take this as your as your bottom signal and see if you could squeeze maybe 30, 40, maybe it's going to go, 1940. We'll see. Like right now, it's clear that we made initial spike. Can we come back and retest the bottom? Absolutely. Can we make fresh lows? Absolutely. But we've had a big move. And when the price kind of consolidates around these levels, I got to get rid of this. Sorry, guys. Get my signal here. Price consolidates around these levels. We generally have a really good anchor point for entry. So the beautiful thing about the DOTS protocol is that we obviously can use it for great continuity trades, but occasionally under very specific constructs, using some of the other built-in indicators within built-in signals within the indicator, we can use it for great reversal trades, right? Anybody take that reversal trade with me, by the way? All right. We're like at a near emergency. We haven't even traded for an hour. I'm down on my water and down on my coffee. So I'm going to have to go off screen for a second because we're going to have to refill them both before we get ready for the market open. I'm just warning everybody ahead of time. How's gold trading, by the way? Let's take a look. I haven't even looked at our friend gold. So here's a story with gold. Gold really puked down. Big, oh my gosh. Look at this. Gold reversal is over here. Gold has a sell signal here. We're gonna trade a little bit of gold here. Gold is showing me a sell signal here on the move. Oh, so far no. Here's a dot right into the lows. So if this holds, I'm gonna do it. If it doesn't, wow, look at that. 890 to 8 with that 50-point move. Man, gold is back to yesterday gold was so boring, and today gold is really moving. Okay, we have a dot, 5 seconds left. Let's see if this is going to give me a dot. Nope, doesn't give me a dot. And I tell you, I'm actually going to see if this thing clears 69, I'm going to be a buyer of gold because it's going to tell me that basically we sort of bought the bottom. I mean, we kind of, consolidated the bottom here. Now they're going to try and do a little bit of short covering. But I got to have it clear here. Because this dot is just so huge that by the time we get there, it's already most of the profit short covering is going to be done. So let's see if we can get this 69 up. $67. All right, I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna front run myself. I'm gonna TP this over here. Put my stop losses underneath here. Big stop losses. See if it's gonna. It's dying out on me. I was too eager to believe my own thesis. I should have waited for the market to actually confirm. All right, let's see if it recovers. Come on, baby. Run it. Let's go. Cover it out. Let's go. Short cover it. There we go. Come on, hit it. There we go. Okay. See, Trade C is very simple to use. Like I said, it's fine, but you cannot do it unless you have my indicator side by side. Otherwise, I tried actually trading it by itself. I was decimated. It's like driving literally with blinders on. I had zero idea of what the hell was going on. Anyways, Nasdaq holding above bid. Yes, Apex does not allow trading in gold. So this is our friends at Lucid, who we also love, and all 50% off with Lucid, by the way, huge discount. Go over there. Just make sure you use the code EDGE, please. Okay. Really, really, I like them a lot. They're very young guys. Really, I think got their act together. Very, very small firm, but also a good firm. We like them. And this is the TradeC is kind of like this new platform. The good thing about TradeC that is unbeatable, in my opinion, as far as a value proposition, is that the exact same interface that you see on the desktop, you will see on your phone. So the ability to trade from your phone. The only thing is, I don't know how you could have the dots indicator and the phone. You'd have to have two phones probably, because otherwise you can't trade it. But if you wanted to just execute, you obviously could execute right off the phone. That's really nice. You know, that's the nice advantage of it. All right, guys, hang tight because I got to go make some more coffee. We're gonna take a small break. It's 15 minutes to the open. I will be back in just a minute. Should we play some? I'm gonna play some music for you guys and have fun. Hang on, let me do this. Take myself off. I'll be back in just a minute, and I'll play some music for you guys. Hang out, watch the price action.
Balancing act, but I'm moonwalking on this market track. Yeah. Fingers snapping, numbers tapping, groove keep flowing, never napping. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots. Yeah, trade the dots. Cashing in, cashing out. Shake it, scream and shout. Pockets fat, but I'm staying lean. I'm the king of the trading scene. Disco lights flicker and shine in the heat of the night. I got the moves, I got the groove. Trade the dots and watch me improve. Yeah. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots. Trade the dots. Spin that chart like a DJ wheel. Up and down, it's a funky deal. Risk is a dance, it's a balancing act, but I'm moonwalking on this market track. Yeah. Fingers snapping, numbers tapping, groove keep flowing, never napping. Trade the dots. Hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, yeah, trade the dots. Cashing in, cashing out. Shake it, scream and shout. Pockets fat, but I'm staying lean. I'm the king of the trading scene.
And we are back. We're back. Market's kind of flat. You see not much movement, no dots. But we did break above that the point of control line and holding right against it, which is kind of very cool. You can really see this on the screens. Yes, I put on our proprietary playlist, which I made. Okay. Damn it, my leg was almost perfect yesterday. Now it's still coming back to bother me, but definitely much better. So the thing that I think is also really interesting, why this will really help us in the grand scheme of things, is why, ask yourself, like, why do we tilt, right? Why do we generally tilt? We tilt because we make wrong decisions. Now, sometimes we make wrong decisions just for stupid reasons. Somebody's talking to us, we hit the wrong button, we do too big size, we go short against long. Like, those are kind of unavoidable life decisions. And the longer you trade, the more you begin to learn how to handle those decisions. Sort of what I call just pure fat finger decisions, right? And you're supposed to do one, and now you're long 10, and you freeze like a deer in headlights trying to get out of the trade when you should be just simply stopping yourself out, right? But the better you get, the real reason I think we all tilt is just that the process gives us lots and lots of wrong trades, right? There's nothing more brutal than taking 3 or 4 process trades in a row and getting them all stopped out in a row, right? Because you're doing everything right and everything wrong is happening. That's when you start getting really pissed and you're like, fuck this. I'm going to go size. I know it's going to work. This is bullshit, blah, blah, blah. And you're basically half an hour away from blowing the account. Am I right? Like, everybody who trades, tell me if I'm right or wrong on this idea, in terms of how, once you get sort of past the basic trading mechanism, what really makes us tilt? It's just the frustration of having a bad run in the process. You guys agree? Give me a +1 or or +2 if you disagree on this. Agree. Right. So a huge part of like having these filters is you're never going to eliminate it, but to try to minimize as much as possible bad process trades, right? Like I said, I'm trying to minimize the lies on the chart, where the signals are just, lying to you because of low volatility, price delta being, being false, that kind of stuff. So, that's why this new set of filters, I think, is going to be very valuable for all of us. Just gives us a chance to be able to, and the most important thing, actually, honestly, was literally eliminating the dots from the screen. Like, remember I said that, we used to always have dots on the screen. Like, oh no, that's not a good dot. It doesn't have slope. It doesn't have that. It doesn't matter what the reason is. If there's a dot on the screen, our animal brain is kind of looking at it as a positive signal. And then we have to go one step further in our analytics to say, oh no, the slope is green, the slope is, the slope is red, or, the angle is green, or no, this, this thing is red and this dot is not good. By literally taking the dot off, all of that thought, that second level thinking that constantly stresses you out in the middle of trading is eliminated, right? It doesn't mean that, when you get a dot, it's a perfect setup, but it means it's a more perfect setup than it was before. And all of, when it's showing up on the chart, you generally have a higher degree of confidence that you have filtered through all of the other thought patterns, and now it's really truly is showing you a potential. So that's the whole idea. I kind of came to me that I was like, why are we even showing dots if this is a bullshit environment? Don't show them, and I think that you can, like, now of course you can put them back on, all the filters can be unlifted and you can see all the dots if you like trading it that way. But ultimately, I think that's really the cool part of doing it this way. So, like, guys, let me know. Hopefully, you like it when you've when I've released this. I think there's just one other thing. Trying to work on the the other thing that I did that you will see here. Let me see if I can show it to you. Oh, where is it? Huh. Oh, maybe. Okay, sorry. This was all new setup, so I haven't set this up. Okay, let me make sure I have this. Where is the candle volatility mode? Yes, the candle volatility mode. The candle has to be 40, 120. Is it 120? $40. It's 40 is 10. 160. 160, yeah. That's correct. Why isn't this showing me candles? Really? It's 96. Yeah, wait, hold on. Why is it not showing me a candle move? Ugh, I don't know what's going on here. This is the only other thing is I have it in volatility mode. Oh, I know why. No, mark candles with X. That's correct. Let me just test something out. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's just undo this for a sec. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. So this will show you if the candle is a high volatility candle with like a little X mark on the candle. I actually want to do this. Where's the candle volatility size? I want it to be tiny. Okay, small. It just show you a small dot. Now this will show you just any high volatility candles, or if you click on it, it will only show you the dot candles that have high volatility. Again, basically telling you that, okay, you have a dot candle, but it's high volatility candle. You probably want to double your size and double your target on that candle because it's 40 points or larger. So it's going to just, pick out all those ideas for you. So this is a preview, TNE Global. I haven't published this version yet. I just wanted to kind of preview it with you guys to give you the thought process behind all these ideas. And also, obviously, if you're watching it on my screens, it's a lot easier because you can see the signals in real time with me on my screens. But I hope to have the whole thing really cleaned up completely by the end of the day today, and we'll publish it tomorrow probably as an 18A release for everybody. Well, yeah, Tony, that was internal, right? It's not. It's going to be 18 to you guys. But I was just kidding around. Maybe you weren't here when I was saying earlier that I went through 33 versions last night. So the DER, honestly, I think I'm going to get rid of the DER. We're literally going to get rid of DER because Claude told me that my price progression delta was a better indicator than DER, and we don't need it. So we're going to actually eliminate that off the thing, so there's no confusion, and we're just going to use the price progression delta as a movement. I can't tell you how proud I was of myself for getting a compliment from AI about how smart I am. Okay, we got 5 minutes. Probably not a great time to trade it, but what the fuck? We're getting a dot under, obviously strong filter conditions. Now we don't get a dot, so it's not a move. I was going to take a small scalp here for the run just to show you, but we'll see. Anyways, we've had the PPI. One of the things that I'm actually curious about is what is everybody talking about on the PPI side? Let's see if we have any intelligent assessment so far of what's going on here. Okay, more than half of February was due to the rise in the index for final demand services. 20% of February rise in residence was demand for services attributable to ascent in prices for traveler accommodation services. Huh. So it's travel to prices for fresh and dry vegetables. Also intermediate. So this is sort of like this is actually energy prices, travel, food, all of that stuff. Of course, the transmission price mechanism is energy prices. This is what's happening, right? Okay. Huh. Okay. Well, the game is clearly heating up, and I think that's going to be very interesting. I think you're obviously going to have more geopolitical risk here. Although what I find fascinating is I really have no idea. Oh, sorry, we have a dot. Let's play this dot. What the fuck? Dot. Just for a 5-point scalp. Let's see if I get some continuity here. Let's see if I get just some forward motion here. It's obviously before the open. Usually when I won't trade it, but let's see if I can just take a quick scalp here. Come on. Hit me already. Jesus. 25 to 30. Price action really slowed down a lot. There we go. We're done. Okay, nice and clean. But you see, we had like no signals. Then I get a signal, just a nice clean signal. Now I'm doing it very, very small with you guys just to kind of walk you through the process. But obviously you could do this on, you could do it on relatively decent size without really endangering the account, because you could do this for a 30-40 trade with a 100 risk. And 2 of those trades put you plus 100 in each one of these accounts. Remember, the whole game plan with me is move each one of these accounts $100 forward until we get to the payout stage. We have 4 accounts up to 26. We got to get up to 26.5, but I'm actually working on the other accounts to get those to 26. I want to basically launch everybody to the 26 level, and then we take the next sequence to 26.5. Basically, my whole idea of trading accounts in multiple way is very, very different from the way everybody else does, which is I'm going to do one trade, multiply it through 1,000 accounts, win or lose, great, boom, I get funded. The truth of the matter, and I don't know if you guys have been watching social media, but holy shit, because I am the absolute opposite of the YouTube guru, but holy shit, have people just shown how big of liars they all are on social. People have just been caught, pretending that they're trading real accounts on literally paper trading on Tradingview. People covering up demo accounts over their real accounts on their YouTube. I mean, just horrendously fraudulent behavior. That is very funny to me. And I've always thought, by the way, that trade copier jockeys are really full of shit, because if you ever done like trade copier a lot, you know that one trade will destroy the 20 account. They're not really full of shit. Let me put it this way. What I think what's happening with a lot of YouTube influencers is what they do is they probably have 100 accounts in their inventory, and they trade copy like 10 of them or 12, 20 of them at a time. And if they hit the jackpot, great. And they go, look, I got funded on 20 accounts on my trade copy. But they probably do this 50, 60 times in a row. So it's thousands of dollars that they're burning because they don't care in terms of, trying to get 20 accounts to be funded in 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 trades in a row, right? And people people try to do that and go, oh my God, I just burnt all my accounts. How come this isn't working? Because it's a fucking bullshit method of doing business. Our approach is, I think, much more realistic, which is where we trade one account at a time. We trade multiple accounts, one account at a time, and we distribute our risk across every single account. So slow as she goes, steady as she goes, but that maintains all the accounts into a live situation. It took me a really long time because I was just like you. I was like, wow, these guys make it look so easy. I wish I could do that. I wish I could be that good. And now, you're finding out that it's all just basically bullshit. And that's basically it. So hopefully, that's why people like hanging out with me because the one thing about Kathy and I is we don't lie, right? We really don't lie. That's our only claim to fame is I don't lie. Okay, Dot, New York Open, big volatility move here. Need a little bit of I think we're going to have to go with a 40-80 spread on this if we're going to take this because we really need a lot of at least 20 points worth of price action. But it's actually not that big a pop. All right, let me see if I want to take this trade. It's very I'm shocked actually at how now we reverse back. I'm shocked at how I'm not shocked. It's FOMC day. I doubt we're going to have big movements in anything here. We hit session highs. It came right off the session high, so there's no trades to be done here. So I will leave this alone. And so the other thing I will say this, an astrologer I think is really going to appreciate this because this is very much his style. Because his style is very much my style. Again, I am not a trader that can hold positions for 10 minutes, much less 10 hours. And I'm not a trader that can do 100, 200, 300 points on the move. There are a lot of really good traders in the room that can do that using dots. I am really good for 5 to 10 points. I'm really, really good at like I wanted that 5-point burst, and then I'm happy to go look again. So one of the cool things about this new construct is that you could use this on a sort of a micro scalping basis. You could, the dots are separated enough, and when they come, there is enough confidence in the fact that you're going to have momentum forward that making 5 points should be relatively easy. Like it's just sort of a high probability, high structure trade. So I'm going to try and do a lot of those type of trades with you guys today when and if we get a chance on those moves. I'll also put on the ORB indicator, which I've sort of put a set aside. I promised you, I said I was going to do ORB this week. Realistically, I'm going to release ORB on Monday. I really want to clean it up completely because because I sort of got sidetracked with this indicator. That's interesting. Why am I not getting a dot here? What's going on here? What's happening? Why am I not getting a dot here? I have the filter. What's happening over here? Oh, do I have? Oh, I know why. Hang on. I'm sorry. Where is this? Dots. Candle. Get rid of this. That's why. This is super. No. What's happening here? Oh, now it went to 2 basis points. Okay. Now okay. Yeah. That's my trading style. See, now it doesn't have to be your trading style, but here's the important point. The trading style you choose should be the style that you're good at. Like ultimately, what I do is I provide you the tools, and you take those tools to trade the way that suits you best. That all the successful traders who trade with us do that. Astrologer and I are like that kind of personality. Quick release, boom, boom, boom. Wham, bam, thank you, man. Right? Not that there's anything wrong with that, right, astrologer? It's the old Seinfeld joke. But if you are a guy who likes to, I'm gonna take this reversal, and I'm gonna nurse this thing for 100 points, you are that man. You're gonna beat us 100 ways to Sunday with points. You're gonna make one trade for our 10 trades, but that's fine. You can absolutely use it both ways. Just know what you're good at. Don't try to do this if you're a quick release person, and don't do this. I cannot do this trade and hold it for 80 points. I just don't have the personality for it. Oh, sorry. What is this? Why is the range here? Let me just make sure I have the range. No, let's go. Look back period is 30. Oh, this is the New York range. So this is the range. This is the New York Open. I'm getting confused with my own boxes. I forgot. This is the New York Open is very tight. We're like 61 to 902 here. Getting a dot here. See if I can trade this for 2060. 44 seconds left here to session highs. Let's see if you can hold it, take out session highs. Very, early market trade here. So here's the story. Here's how I'm kind of seeing the markets, and we'll see if we'll see if I'm right. Why are the markets not collapsing? Why is like everybody not panicking that this is the end of the world? Because prices are, energy prices are clearly pressing. The Gulf states are really clearly reeling from all of this assault from Iran, and essentially, the terrorist move. I took this dot here. Let's see if I get if this is going to extend a little bit. I was a little bit late on the move here. Sorry, I was talking. It's probably not going to work because I should have been in here, but let's see if we can get the extension. Come on, baby. Come on. Pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it up. What's my target? 61? No. Nope. There we go. Got done. Okay, nice. Now we have a little bit more continuity trades. So, why is the market rallying against what you would think would be like a really, really bad macro environment? My only thought on all of this is investors are really looking 3 months forward. If what's going on right now proceeds at the pace that we're going forward, Iran will be over. We will control the flow of the Strait of Hormuz. The Europeans will be, I will refrain from talking, but we will own the oil in the Gulf. We will own the oil in Venezuela, big break. And we will control the global economy in a way that we have never done so since World War II. That's incredibly powerful for America, for the American economy, and American companies. After that, the price of energy, the price of the price of control, the price of trade will all come down, and that is going to be that's the bet basically over here. Now it can all go sideways. This could devolve into a massive clusterfuck. If you believe this is the second Vietnam, yes, it's probably going to just destroy assets. But if you think this is World War II, then you got to be long. That's basically the idea. Exactly. U.S. is putting a big toll booth. It's not even so much of putting a toll booth. We're going to basically, we're going to actually open the gateway for everybody to pass through. If we take over, they're talking about the fact that Trump is considering troops on the ground. He's not considering. We're definitely going into Karg Island. We're definitely going to capture Karg Island. The moment we capture Karg Island, and I think there's like a two-prong offensive here. Israelis are focused on killing every single Iranian official that is alive, and the Americans are focused on taking the land. And you get both of those situations, it's over. Iran becomes a normal country. The son of the Shah goes back to the country. They create a constitutional monarchy, where, and everybody's in business to do business. That's the game plan. I mean, if that works out, it's the most awesome scenario in the world. If it doesn't, we're all fucked. But that's how it goes. Right. And by the way, Europe is going to just die of this but the fact that they stay away, we're going to stop funding for NATO. They're going to be screwed. They're going to be just at the mercy of Russia. for the rest of the time. So, it's very interesting. I think the other thing that's interesting in terms of geopolitics is we have completely reoriented our economy towards East Asia and Asia, with just Japan, Taiwan, South Korea, and now the Middle East. Like, those are our true allies. And nobody gives a shit about Europe anymore, except, Eastern Europe, which is where we really have strong alliances, and we should be developing those alliances as much as possible. But, France, UK, they are more Muslim than UAE. I don't know if there was this incredible story the other day where the United Arab Emirates stopped issuing visas to its citizens to go to UK because it was too Muslim extremist. Just insane if you think about that. It's no longer a Western country. So I think that's kind of what's going on in the world now, but we'll see. Anyways, we're recovering. Price is high, high, high. Let's see if we're going to take another session high break here. See if we can get a little bit of further movement. Up, 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 up. Come on, come on, come on. Hit me, hit me. Oh, nice. Another clip, another scalp. And, we keep going, keep going, keep going. We are coming up to that 25,000 level, and that's going to be super interesting to see on a reversal basis, but that's it. This is your fourth war with Iran, and no one has ever won against them. Maybe. But I think, I think what's very different now, guys, is technology. I think military planners, I think you're all thinking like, oh, it's human beings against human beings, and you can't win because you got geography and all that shit. What you don't understand is that the very fact that Israelis could literally kill people in the street. I don't know if you saw this. They don't use the same tech. No, they have drones. They don't have the aerial visibility. There was a demonstration in Tehran where regular people were trying to come on the streets and protest against the government, and all of their security forces came out onto the streets trying to kill them. And the Israelis literally brought in drones and strafed every one of those security forces and killed them all on sight. Now, that is a dynamic in war you've never seen. Not a single Israeli soldier ever faced any danger, but he killed every one of his enemies within a second. Russia and China are helping Iran, but this is the thing. I saw the story yesterday on the news, which was incredibly interesting. Apparently, they bombed this huge complex, right, the other day. That complex was a big manufacturing facility that the Chinese were helping the Iranians with. Within that complex were 300 Chinese personnel, all of them dead now, buried under the ground. And the Chinese are keeping it super quiet because it's been an incredible embarrassment to Xi. This war is about telling China to back the fuck off in a very, very hard way. And that's what's so interesting. We'll see how that works out. But okay, we have a break of this thing. Let's see if big reversal. Let's see if I'm going to take this. See this dot here. We're really, really reversing hard. So let's see what's going on over here. The only reason I don't like this trade is because of the retrace motion, but let's give it a shot. Let's see if we get more continuity. Now it's going to probably retrace me out. It's a big volatility candle, but let's see if I just get squeezed a little bit movement here. Oh, I did. So this was kind of a little bit of a cowboy trade because I didn't really have a signal, but we broke the lows here of the most highest dot cleanly. And so now we totally reversed it, and I took another scalp down. Yeah, I know. like I said, guys, my mind is open. I'm not declaring victory by any means is imagination, but I'm also not declaring defeat. The conventional wisdom when you're watching the news is it's all defeat all the time. And usually when you're watching the news, whatever they're saying, very much the opposite is always true. That's why I'm just saying there's a reason why this is going up and the news is telling you down. That's bullshit. This is reality. So you kind of have to understand I'm just kind of trying to explain why is this doing this if what they were saying was true. And it's because they don't, as you know, news these days is just a lie factory, one after the other. But this story about 300 Chinese, these are very senior level Chinese advisors, all literally buried underground in this latest bombing, is a super interesting story. Super interesting story. All right, so we backed off. It was pretty clean back off the session highs here. What time is it? It's 9:41. In about 10 minutes, I'm going to turn on the ORB lines, and we can see if we can try and trade some of those as well, because that'll be really interesting to trade as well. But in the meantime, just to kind of show you, you see me just scalping fives, and nickels and dimes add up. Like my whole point is, I'm not going for a lot, but I'm just hitting. It's not, like astrologer, back me up on this. If you're in the zone, if you're like really in the zone and you're picking the dots really well, it's not impossible to hit like 10, 15, fives in a row. And then you've built up such a vast base of P&L that it really makes a huge difference on the growth of the equity, right? Back up to session highs, going right to the 25,000. Let's see the reversal. I'm not getting any signal because we still haven't quite moved enough on the price delta. We went basically flat to flat here. And so it's not quite giving us the move here, but we are breaking the 25,000 and backing off of it. I want to see something. Just one sec. Let me see the point of control. Momentum labels. If I put the momentums on. Okay. So that breaks it to the upside. Almost sell. Huh. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to have to rework the point of control logic a little bit too, because when you're suppressing the dots, it becomes it doesn't give you the reversal. What I need is I need this point of control label to logically work itself out. No real setups, but not a horrible idea to take this short. We basically broke below the highs of the last dot candle, and although really this would be the trade that you want to trade, but let's see. Let's give it a shot. See if we get some continuity here. Maybe not. No, it's gonna back me up. I'm gonna eat this one. So this is just me forcing a trade here. I really didn't have a signal. Just kind of force it. Fine. Took a small clip. It's fine. Let's wait for a real signal, and then we'll trade it. The only drawback with me suppressing all the dots is, of course, you're gonna get less signals, and also because I'm trading such tight stops. This is a typical thing where it just stopped me out and probably it's going to go down. I mean, I was right on the direction. I just had too tight a stop on this thing, but it's fine. I shouldn't have traded it anyways, so we'll leave it be. Right then and there, totally reversed, and it would have made the target. That's fine. Range is wow, I wonder what's telling me. Why don't I have the range on here? Oh, it's 100 points. That's pretty wide range. It's pretty good, pretty decent size. This shows dots both ways. Yes, Rick, it shows trend, trend and counter trend. You could suppress it just to trend only. All right, we're finally getting a. This went green for just 1 second on the directional, but still very choppy. You see just very little price movement either way here. Ten minutes to the 10 o'clock hour. Yeah, it is about waves, and that's exactly it. I always talk about, how we're riding the waves, right? We're riding the moves here. Getting close. 3 basis points is my trigger point to continuity. So we're just almost getting movement over here. From session high to session low, basically just traveling around. Thank you. I think you're really going to enjoy this new version of Astrologer because it's going to give you even more granular control over what you want to do and how you want to trade it. So this has been the price movement up and down and now back up. And see, this is the kind of stuff that really traps us into bad trades. But you see how this is keeping me out of it because it's sort of showing you there isn't, there's no continuity. Therefore, there's no trade. Sorry for destroying the chart here. Now, by the way, if you're kind of, a big directional player, you're just sort of maybe short from here. It broke this, broke below here. You're just short and you're just patiently waiting to see if it comes back down because, it took out the highs. It broke below here. If you're positional, you'd be short 65s, stop around 25,000, maybe targeting all the way down to 900. And you're sitting pretty, which is great. Like there's just 100 different ways to trade this. To your style. And you see how choppy it is, and you see it's just basically not really moving. Although we finally, I guess, depending on how much direction we get here, we finally moved enough down to drive us. Like the next dot signal will fire off under these conditions. 21 seconds left. We have a dot over here. You can barely see it, but it's definitely a dot here. 12 seconds left. Let's see if we can take this trade. Nope, dot goes away. Dot goes, no, dot is there. So I just took it, and just trapped me. Let me see if it's going to work. It was super, super inconclusive. Now it's going to see if it's, I'm retracing out. No, prices action is really still very choppy. Not a lot of continuity. I'm getting clipped. Even with the filter, still very, very tough price action. It just kept me out of a lot of bad trades, but not all the bad trades. And I think the problem, this is my biggest problem. I'm just my targets, my stops are just too tight right now. Given this volatility, I think what I need to do, this is my biggest problem. I need to do this I need to go to the 1020 mode. Yeah, I should have given myself more room. All right, if this comes down again, I'm gonna try and trade it at a wide. This is too tight of volatility. I forget that it's New York session. I'm just eating the volatility here. But we are getting move here. Okay, I'm gonna just take this. I'm gonna take this trade. Let's see if I'm right on this move. I'm a little bit early. I'm gonna just take this move here, see if I can get it down. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Come on, come on. Oh shit! Sorry, I made a mistake here. I thought it came down. I lost the dot. I'm going to get out of this position. Nope, I'm getting out. It did not confirm. I was trying to trade the dot and confirmation, but it didn't confirm. So fine, we'll just clean myself out. But we'll look for the next move. Sorry, I was basically trying to. It runs the level, like you see, it creates a fresh low, and then I'm waiting for it on the close to confirm it, and then I'm going to double up on the position. But it didn't confirm on the close, so I should have gotten out of the position right away, and I doubled up, so I just got myself out. Sorry. Very choppy price action. No, you don't have to be right 80% of the time. You have to be right only 66% of the time. Your math is all wrong. But it's also no, your math is all wrong. 1 to 2 risk is a 66% break even. It's not 80% to win. Trust me. So the other thing, by the way, that this filter does is, you see how the slope is red, but the candle is green. Again, it's not going to give you a dot until the slope confirms. Now the slope is green, but the filter goes this shit. Yeah, very, we're really, really choppy price action. and there really there's only one dot here that had I given myself a little bit more room, it was just, again, the fact that you have a dot doesn't mean that you have an automatic win. You have always the retrace risk, and in this case, the retrace risk is just horrendous. It didn't have any. The continuity happened after the retrace risk, which is always this is always what makes markets a challenge. You could be right on direction, but you simply get stopped out. I just had too tight a stop on this move. Had I had the 20 stop, it would have totally given me the trade. But you can't you can't perfectly run every single scenario. So you have to do the best you can. Right now, the thing is it's actually very good. It's keeping me out of all false breakouts. There's a lot of lies on the chart that are very tempting to take, and it's keeping me out of the lies. Oh, good job, Gloria. Good job. Gloria's kind of like, she's been trading the YM and the RTI, which is much slower contracts. And I guess they're working. Gloria, what do you think about the new filters on the dots? Do you like them? You think they're going to be useful to you on the YMs? We're 10 o'clock. You know what? We can turn on the ORB. Let's see where we are on the ranges. So here's the New York ranges. Opening range high is here. So this is going to be interesting to see if we're going to start making some fresh. Let me get rid of some of these labels because there's just too many labels on the chart right now. Now the range, range highs, range lows, ignore all of these suppression mechanisms. These are the levels that we just really want to trade as magnets. Either we're going to break them to the downside and continue, and we can trade those, or we break them to the upside, we continue. Those are non-dot sensitive things. We only use dots in those cases for confirmation purposes. Yeah. That's great. That's great. Yeah. But for now, we just, we're really, really doing nothing. If you look at it, actually, look how good this the structure was, in a sense that if you look at the price action, we have had no movement, literally no movement for the last 20 minutes, and we've had no dots because it's filtered out all those false moves. I traded a few things myself just on impulse, which was bad. But honestly, there was only literally one trade that was legit, and I took it, and then that was the stop out. Now we're going to the New York session lows. Let's see what it wants to do. Bouncing off the session lows. Sorry guys. I was going to take the scalp off the session lows, but I was too late in my thinking here. Oh, you know what I need to do this? Sorry, let me just get rid of this. See how that bounced off the session lows right then and there? Not going through the mid. That would have been a really, really quick little scalp. What's gold doing? I haven't even looked at gold. We actually had a good day in gold today. Yeah, gold is actually, look at gold. Gold is trading really nicely. Gold is giving us signals. I'm just, I'm just not paying attention to it. But like, that's actually been a very, very clean instrument for all of our signals here, giving us another signal up here. Recovering off that bottom. Not trying to run the 4,900. Just the only problem is with gold, and this is why I'm really, I'm not taking this account very seriously. You see just the basic stop volatility, just massive, massive, massive risks here. I'm just having fun with it a little bit. My whole idea is just, take a clip and get out. If I get clipped out, it's fine. I'm not, this account I'm really just experimenting with. But just one tiny little micro on gold on one tiny little trade is $100 risk on just a single candle. That's why, it's so, you need to just be very mindful of that fact that it's, this is not an instrument that you could trade lightly just because it's just so much volatility on it. Let's see if it comes back up here. And it's so fast. The other thing is, the only thing I don't like about this is you really can't, like with Tradingview, you could just get out super quickly on a close button. Here, this is a Tradingview close button, which is a really, really crappy, slow exit. Like, again, not a scalping structure, right? I don't love it because here, you see this, they have buy, sell, but no exit. There's just no buy, sell, but no exit, right? Just like really not designed for true scalpers. And now it's coming back up. All right, let's go look over here. I really don't care about this account. Let's see what NASDAQ is doing. Yeah, MNQH. This is just, TradingView has the MNQ perpetual. It's the same price. It's actually MNQ M. We're trading Junes. We're trading Junes. All right. We're going to come back. I'm going to run New York ORBs. Let's see. Let's see if we're going to take back out the 25,000s. That'd be nice. Let's see. We're going to run the ORBs. Yes, but it will also lose you, $200 in 5 minutes too. So if you're trading a small account, you just have to be very mindful that you're going to be burning a lot of accounts on that move. I mean, I love gold, but like it's such a volatile product that you either kill it or you burn. Like you don't have the kind of granular control that you do with NASDAQ. And that's why it's much easier to run the NASDAQs in a slow, steady fashion. $100 a day. Gold is $100 a minute. Whereas NASDAQ can be $100 a day on these small accounts. Just have a lot more liquidity. Still stalling a little bit here. So just to kind of let you understand, this is telling you that the most recent half of the price progression has been like 5 basis points. That's good. We're looking for 3 basis points or higher, but now it's actually coming back, and this is losing its. It's not increasing. What you really want in a perfect world, you want the second half data point to increase with every single candle. You want to go 5, 6, 7. That's the runner. That's the runner. Dynamic. And we're not getting it. We're getting 5 coming back down to 0, 5 coming back to 0. As I'm thinking about this, what would be really useful is to show the delta of delta, to show you, is it positive and increasing? Is it negative and decreasing? And that gives you a very good idea of the overall price action. And you see now it just completely went negative on the other way, right? So it just kind of died out right up here. We've literally been just trading 80 to 30, 50-point range without any directional moves. Just very, very non-extensionary at all. I'm just curious. I'm just gonna fool around with the sensitivity just a little bit, just to see what that would do. All right. See, if I made it 2 cent, that would have been the signal here. That would have been the top. Too sensitive gives you false signals. I kind of thought so. You really want some continuity. Interesting. Well, IM is better today as NQ today. Respect better signal dots. Yeah, probably. Yeah, but I can only keep my eye on one instrument with you guys. So we're stuck with the chop in NQ today. Not too many signals, but also keeping us out of bad ideas. We are actually trying to run that. We might get the ORB run to the bottom. We'll see if that works out. Let's see what's going on over here. Oh, I actually made money on the gold. Good for me. Miraculously. But like I said, like if I have comments, like I can't believe they have a scalper button that does not have exit all. You can really just click the exit all right there. But it is a really, really good platform just for simplicity's sake. Definitely worth it. All right, coming down. We're gonna ORB session lows 920. It's gonna try to break the 24,900. Let's see. Let's see if we hit the ORB session lows. ORB break. Got to stay below. We're gonna trade the break and then try to trade the confirm, just for aggressive reasons. Usually want to trade the confirm. We're gonna trade the break first. 910. We're breaking the lows here. All right, short this. I'm gonna stay above this right here. See if I can get some of the move to the downside. I'm gonna have to give myself big rooms. If the break doesn't hold, then this trade is blown. But my view is I think the break is gonna hold a confirm. This is not a the classic break is you got to wait and then you wait for the confirm and then you're going to get a really good strong signal. But I'm front running a lot of this stuff just because I want to, I'm going to be a little bit aggressive on small size here just to see if things will work my way. All right, coming down now, we have the confirm, 2 seconds left. Sell the confirm. So the confirm. See if we can get the move. Now I want to stay above the range. Only if it comes back up above the range am I going to go, it's retracing me. Everything today is retracing. Everything is retracing. Okay, I'm going to stay above this range here. I'm going to give myself a lot of room here. Okay, I'm out. If it comes back into the range, I'm out. That means we tested the ERB and we didn't have any continuity. That's it. We eat that trade. And the actual interesting trade now is the reversal trade. If it holds back above the ERB range, then we trade this against the low. So that's what we're going to try and do here on a reversal side. If it does that, let's see. The blues are the reversals. The reds are the continuities. Again, I was impatient. I should have waited for the candle close because you needed to close above to really negate that trade. Had I been patient enough here, this would continue working. I'm just getting whipsawed by the market and not reading the signals as well as I should be. But let's see. I'm not still, it still doesn't look like it. It might still continue to the downside. With the RB trades, you have to really use the line as as a closing value, not as just a Pierce value. Not chopping around in the whole zone. Staying in the RB sell zone. So had I stayed in that trade, would have been okay. But now I think it's finally coming back up. We'll see. Now it's sending me a dot. I'm going to sell this dot. This is, it's a legit red dot. Let's see if it's going to work against me. Downside pressure. Try it. This 900 is what's holding. And if they're going to break that, it's going to break like a dam. Break like a dam. We're staying underneath here. No, they're holding the 900 level. A lot of battle here. So if it pops, this trade is not going to work, because I try to press the 900 level to the downside, see if I can get a little bit more. We definitely got, we caught a little bit of the money back on this trade, but then I kind of pressed my luck here. Let's see if my luck, the momentum is going to hold here. Let's see. It's really moving around. Yeah, I am, Rick. I'm because we're really looking for like the short-term move, which we know who has got the strength, the trend, or the counter trend. The dots will only appear when there's like really a lot of strong movement to the downside or to the upside. So the big trend is less interesting than the short trend. There we go. Come on. There we go. So I did press myself out. Let's deconstruct what I did right and what I did wrong on this trade. And let me just kind of walk you slowly through what I should have done and what I didn't do. So let's get a little bit bigger here. I'm going to just kind of show you the ORB sequence, right? So we break the low, right? That's the first trade. And I actually, honestly, the really good trade would have been just to take the pierce of this low, because once it runs the low, very rarely is it going to just touch it and come back. If it pierces through the low, you don't need to wait for the full candle close, because again, this is very different from like a dot trade. You're just trading the level. So you take the level, right, and then you have the second confirmatory trade, which I added my position, because that's the whole idea is I add to the winners on these big moves. The problem was then, we obviously hit the bottom and we come back up, but we don't close back up. And I get spooked out. We pierce back out and I get spooked out. I stop myself, but we don't close. That's the really critical thing. If you don't close, you didn't hold the RB level, the trade is still legit. Had I stayed in it, all of, that stop would not have been a factor. And I could have added more here and more here. But, it's easy to say, under the gun, under the gun of the battle, you're going to make some mistakes. But then I did watch this. It did not appear. My whole thought was, okay, we're going to close back above it. Then the whole trade becomes reversal. You now trade the reversal and you use the lows as your stops. But it didn't. It didn't go back up. It came right back down. So then I take the short here. make money. Then I take the second short here, hold it. Take, I think, a secondary short here and eventually cover over here. So we did recover quite a lot of the initial stop, but tactically it wasn't as perfectly executed a trade as possible. And also, this isn't a usual sequence. This is a very chopped sequence right now of how trade is going. So you're just trying to ride the bull as much as possible. That was basically the ORB trades today. And now, we also have session lows, obviously breaking session lows now. Finally, see, I told you, once they break the 2,900, they're really, really going to start doing session low trades here. And this is really now just boom, 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 coming down. I got to run. So we're going to reconvene back up at 2 o'clock for FOMC. This thing could be, a couple hundred points down by this point. We'll see. But clearly, you could see how market was coiling, and then around the ORB lines, it really developed a pretty interesting trade sequence for us, which we obviously could do. Making fresh New York lows. Here's good continuity trades for you guys. Okay, so I will be back on 2 o'clock. Everybody come hang with FOMC for me. We'll see how that trades out. But hopefully you guys had a really good time today. It was a lot of fun trading with you guys. I will see you guys a little bit later. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.